Niggas on 100 mil. That's what it is. Ricky Rose and Ace Hood. We have a trip. Yeah.
I come looking for you ahead.
What you know about this?
I stay no good to me.
We the best. Double M.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Excited, thrilled to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so lucky. And tonight, our broadcast will be shifting to Atlanta, where we'll see the Hawks going up against the Portland Trail Blazers. Taking a look at the Trail Blazers, playing above 500 in the last few weeks. Not bad. They'd like to do better. We'll see if they can add a win tonight. For the Hawks over the last few years, they've brought in some faces and tactics from San Antonio. Shaq, are they really the San Antonio Spurs East, as we've heard in recent years?
Well, Coach Budenholzer was a former San Antonio.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live in Atlanta, Georgia at the Phillips Arena. Well, the holidays always bring us some incredible NBA action. That's certainly what we have in store for us today. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. It's the first game back in Atlanta for the Hawks. This game, an interesting matchup for them, facing another middle-of-the-pack team. They're looking to take a step forward. This is the type of game that they've got to measure the progress with.
And if you look at the Hawks right now, they're not in a good place right now as a ball club. After the success of last season, they were expecting bigger and better things this year.
And you know what? Even though the season hasn't been a complete disaster, they're pretty dysfunctional as a team right now.
And Portland starts out with the ball. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. McGinnis out there with Pierce. Then it's Smith. Then there's Chamberlain. And it's Rondo in at the point guard. And Chamberlain with the stuff.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Hardaway kicks to Randolph. Feeds it to Mullen. Battles through traffic and lays it in.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
Last season, Portland won the Northwest Division and had a good year, certainly, but they had some issues when they were the away team on the road and away from the Rose Garden. They had some problems.
Yeah, actually played under 500 on the road, Kevin. Something you rarely see out of a team that wins 51 games.
Here's Randolph after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Carter on the wing, covered by Smith. Chamberlain with the block. Outside, Pierce. Rondo against Cantor. Rondo dishes to Chamberlain. Outside, Rondo. Shot clock at 5. Here's McGinnis. And it comes off the front of the rim. Trailblazers on D. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
How about the shooting percentage, though? In the low 30s. That tells you all you need to know.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal. To shoot that poorly, you almost have to try to miss. Shoot that poorly. Rarely do you see numbers like that at the NBA level.
Now here's Pierce after Enes Kanter's miss. Down low, and McGinnis throws it down.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
There's a screen by Kanter. Carter, the pass to Kanter. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet. Kanter's got his first points of the game.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Randolph against McGinnis. Hardaway against Rondo. Pierce inside the three-point line. The rebound by Carter. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Randolph. He kicks to Mullen. Shot on the wing. Rebound by Smith.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Rondo kicks to Pierce. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Trailblazers.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
Now here's Hardaway. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Randolph can't hit. Trailblazers leading by 4. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to be on Chris Mullen.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
The Trailblazers have started out 0 of 1 from the line, missing their only other attempt earlier. And the first one drops.
You know, there was plenty to be happy about last year in Atlanta with the way the Hawks played. One sour note, though, was that the team was viewed as a potential buy for Seattle groups.
Both free throws good from Smith. Well, last season the Hawks not only had a great year on the floor as they were the top seed in the Eastern Conference, but they had a pretty good day at the bank, too. They sold for a nice price. Looks like the team is going to stay in Atlanta where it belongs.
Yeah, and that's great news for Atlanta, and they were rewarded with a terrific season. A group, including Grant Hill, purchased the Hawks, and obviously will keep that group in Atlanta for many years to come.
And now Doris Burke has an update for the sidelines.
Well, guys, Terry Stotts had a few moments to share with me. On his mind, the difficult task of defending Zach Randolph. He said, Randolph's especially tough because he's not only a go-to scorer on the low block and the pinch post, but also a guy who can pick up a lot of second chance points with his work on the glass. He's a 20 and 10 double-double guy for a reason. We'll have our hands full trying to slow him down. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris. Here's Mullen. Last game he had 12. Now Smith. Down low. From outside the arc. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Smith's got 5 points so far.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Now here is Carter. 11 points for him in that last game against the Magic in Orlando.
But what stood out for me was his gorgeous playmaking out there. I mean, over and over, he was finding his teammates in a great position to score.
Now here's Rondo, following the shot by Penny Hardaway. Pierce with it, and it's Carter picking him up. Pierce dishes to Rondo. Carter with the block. Outside Hardaway. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
The Atlanta shooting their first free throws here for the night.
Penny Hardaway. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And for the past few seasons, Portland's bench has really been their Achilles heel. I mean, last year they showed some improvement. The reserves play stole the game for them on more than one occasion, but still wouldn't be considered a strength.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And for Portland, the bench still wasn't leaned on heavily for minutes. Greg was just talking about that, but they were in the top 5, Clark, in scoring efficiency, and they shot 45% from the floor on the year.
And what was a weakness for them in 14 was a strength for them in 15. And actually, they were their best down the stretch of last season.
Here's McGinnis, and that one hits back iron. Looking at the last game for the Atlanta Hawks, it was a loss to the Magic.
And it's a tough game to lose. I mean, they actually put up a pretty solid effort, I thought. But when you're battling for a road win, even when you play hard, nothing's guaranteed.
Well, Greg, I think you've got to try to convert the positives. Take them into the momentum of your next game and use them for momentum. And then take what you did well and double down the efforts here tonight.
And gobbled up that rebound and went straight into attack mode on the putback.
Oof, he is one of the most determined rebounders, Clark, we have got in the NBA.
Yeah, you're calling it right, Kevin. I mean, he gets so many second chance points because of how hard he works to get to the rebound.
And, you know, the new court projection visuals, all the rage in the NBA now. Instead of having to use a screen over the court, they just project video and images straight onto the court. I think before long, you'll see it everywhere.
Atlanta making a switch here. Olynyk checked in. Portland also making some changes. Redick comes in for Smith. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Now here is Mullen. He has been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. Hardaway passes to Randolph. Clock at 6. Now here's Hardaway. Defense is right there, and that one's good. Those court projections you see in the pregame, we don't even have the best angle for them. They're so good.
Yeah, nice perk for those sitting a little higher up on those or those watching TV. It's about putting on a show and at the end of the day, entertaining the fans.
The shot by Redick, no good.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
Now here's Schroeder following the miss by Chris Mullen. Kept alive. And again, Wilt Chamberlain. Chamberlain got 6.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Here is Carter following the basket made by Wilt Chamberlain. Randolph can't hit. Schroeder with the ball. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. It's Pierce with the drive. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. The Hawks trail by 9. Here's Hardaway. He has 6. Carter kicks to Randolph. From 10 feet out. And good. Got the Ingles that time as it falls. Randolph's got his first 2 points. The Trailblazers have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Chamberlain a screen. And here's Redick. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Inside, here's Chamberlain. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Chamberlain got 8 points.
And guys, you hear about how the Hawks are the jokingly referred to as the Spurs of the East. It has to do with their coach, Mike Budenholzer, who's really brought that philosophy here to Atlanta.
Randolph, that's good.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
Atlanta making some changes. Maurice Harkless is checked in for Mullen. Booker comes in for Vince Carter. And Barea subbed in for Hardaway. On for Coach Budenholzer, Greg. He did spend 19 years with the Spurs, so it makes a lot of sense. Clark, won 4 titles during his time there in San Antonio.
And Kevin, you can really see how he's adapted and brought the motion offense over to this team, and it's worked well for the Hawks.
Now, here's Redick, looking for his first basket still in this one. Fires the 3. Here's Marjanovic. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to be on Zach Randolph. The Trailblazers shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
2 shots. Under 6.
Okay, gentlemen. 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Last season, Atlanta showed just how much fun a team can have playing team basketball, a complete team. You don't see it much in the NBA, but boy, they epitomized it, Clark.
Yeah, they sure did. Refreshing to see a team do that well collectively without a real superstar. Just a solid group that understood their roles and played them perfect.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And, folks, it's not like the Hawks didn't have talent. I mean, they did have 4 All-Stars last year. None of them voted in, however.
Now here is Hill. There's a screen. Shoots off the screen. And he overshot that one, missing.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
They get it back. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits.
Yeah, second chance points, a huge issue right now. They're getting steamrolled inside.
Well, guys, nobody's boxing out. I mean, I could go out there and get an offensive rebound. They're just watching. And if you're the coaching staff, that's unacceptable.
So it's the Hawks now. The Blazers getting the bucket. Olynyk dishes to Booker. On the wing, Hill. Shoots the 3. The shot is off. Trailblazers leading by 10. 1:30 left in the first quarter of the game. Kicks it to Johnson. It's Pierce on the wing. Johnson the screen. Down low. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
You know, what shows you just how team-oriented the Hawks were last season was this stat. They never had anybody score more than 30 points for them in the game all season. Millsap had 30 points once early in the year, and that was the high mark for the team.
And watching Amir Johnson, Clark, he seems so casual about silently destroying opponents in the paint, and he's carried that air about him almost his entire career.
You know what? He's rarely had plays called for him, Kevin. He doesn't produce a bunch of highlights, but he's really potent. I mean, one of the league's best at defending opponents at the rim, grabbing in-traffic rebounds. Those both are valuable assets.
So we can't get either to fall.
And talking about Amir Johnson, he's really the last of a discontinued model, if you will. When the Pistons called his name in the 2005 NBA draft, the year before the rookie age limit was put in place, he became the last 18-year-old drafted into our league. And it did take him a number of years to kind of get up to the pro speed. Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? You like their effort level here in the early going. I mean, they're really making things happen for themselves.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And he gets it to go.
Just a good, solid, aggressive finish there on the break.
Not going to get much easier than that, Greg. Simple. Guys, did you know not once in Johnson's 10 seasons has he averaged more than 11 points or 7.5 rebounds a game? Sometimes he doesn't even start. And yet, there's a certain sect of followers who feel Amir Johnson is among the most valuable, efficient players in the league.
Right side Hill. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Redick. No luck. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Trailblazers lead by 10. 2K Sports back in a moment here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta. J.J. Redick, a focal point in his tenure with the Duke Blue Devils, both offensively and as a lightning rod for fans.
I think I'll forever be associated with Duke and Duke basketball.
There's no doubt that he is Mr. Duke, J.J. Redick, and it's hard to argue with that school's incredible success, Greg, whether you like him or not. And I know you've had a first-hand view of Duke a couple times.
And listen, I have the utmost respect for J.J. and Coach K and what they've done there. And listen, you could be known for a lot worse things in your life and haven't gone to a lot worse places. But I think for him, it's not about where he's been, Kevin. I think it's about where he's going, what's going to be the next chapter in his career.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
You can tell the point of emphasis has been to get to the offensive glass.
Yep, and they've set the tone here early with the hustle they've come out with.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for Atlanta, Enes Kanter is out there with Mo Harkless. Then there's J.J. Barea. Then there's Carter. And it's Booker in at the 3 slot. Now here is Carter. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And Booker kicks to Carter. Here's the screen. Now here's Barea. He dishes it to Kanter. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Kanter's got his second basket.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
Now here's Redick. Nice teamwork to set up the big play and make the space for the J.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Here is Carter, trailing here by 8. Booker the pass to Barea. There's a screen by Kanter. Shoots off the screen, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
They've been the glass eaters today, guys. A ton of effort out of them down low.
It's been a difference maker for them in this game. That's what's put them in front.
Here's Rondo. And the wide open shot from Redick. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Redick's got his second basket of the night. The Hawks have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. The pass to Booker. There's the pick. The feed to Barea. Dishes it to Carter. Passes it to Booker. He kicks it to Barea. 6 to shoot. It's stolen by Smith. And, oh, here we go. Smith's got it. The fast break chance. Back to Rondo. Redick with the 3. The shot is off. And Atlanta will come the other way.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Here's Booker. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Johnson sets the screen for Redick. Can't make good off the pick.
I'll tell you what, folks. I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Now here's Barea. He's covered by Rondo. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And guys, what a spark plug J.J. Barea has been throughout his career. When he comes in the game, you can feel the lift. We saw a couple games against Houston in the playoffs. Saw it back in 2011 in the championship season for the Mavs.
That's a great point. I mean, he has an energizing effect on his teammates, the fans, and the announcers. I mean, he just brings so much spirit and hustle to the games. Very hard not to root for a guy like that.
For me, my favorite memory of Barea, his outstanding postseason in 2011. The Mavericks had to get through the Lakers and the Heat to win their first championship. And Barea broke down those defenses by screaming to the hoop every chance he got. Actually, he squirted to the hoop.
And he makes both free throws.
And getting back to Barea's contributions against the Lakers back in 11, Barea led a fourth quarter comeback in game 2 to help the Mavs win. Big swing in that series. And then after the game, Kobe Bryant said that Barea kicked our you-know-whats. And ultimately, Barea helped the Mavs go on to win their only championship. If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
That's good. That's 7 points for Smith.
A beautiful pass by Rondo. That's excellent teamwork.
Now here is Mullen. Out to the right wing. Cantor against Chamberlain. Just 5 on the clock. From the line, Chamberlain with the rebound. Chamberlain got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Rondo kicks to Chamberlain. Mullen against McGinnis. An easy 2 points on the layup. And now it's a 10-point Portland lead.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist. Way too many shots in close, and he's got to get his guys to cut that down in terms of points in the paint.
Clearly the reason for the timeout, Greg. I mean, he wants his guys to toughen up inside and start protecting the rim.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Terry Stotts as he addressed his team. He said making sharp entry feeds, getting the ball into the post, and getting points on the low block is going to be critical the rest of the way. He said also that their offense needs to be a patient one. He told them, don't rush things. Use as much of that shot clock as you need to. Well, Coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Here's Rondo after Penny Hardaway's bucket. Chamberlain a screen. Smith on the wing, defended by Mullen. From 15 feet away, and it's Smith missing. The Hawks trail by 8. Outside Mullen, the dish to Carter. And stolen by Redick. Pushing it up. And that one's good. Redick's got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor with their offense in the paint because that has not been up to par.
Here's Mullen. They get it again. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
As magical as the 2014 playoffs were for the Blazers, remember they beat Houston in that first round, that great shot by Lillard late to win it and move on. 2015, not as much. You know, Greg, they drew a very tough Memphis team, as you recall, in the first round.
Yeah, you often talk about styles making fights. Very similar in this series. They would go on to drop the first 3 games before being bounced, but still a good showing for a team that struggled mightily down the stretch with injuries.
And Mullen drops them both.
And, you know, just as you said, Portland didn't have enough to get by the Grizzlies in the first round. Ended up losing in 5 after taking 1 game, and that was game 4. Just had a hard time breaking down the Memphis defense. Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Out of bounds, Portland takes possession.
All right, let's check out the stats for Hardaway. Over the last month, getting it done. He's around 10 points per game, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds. Solid numbers, the kind of production we expect. And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
Yeah, he definitely has the skill set to put up even bigger numbers. It wouldn't be a surprise to see that in the coming days.
Another loss for the Blazers when they were the 4 seed, as you mentioned. As a franchise, they have lost in the first round every time they have ended up as the 4 seed. Not exactly a good position for them to be in.
Here's a peek now at the 2K leaderboard. This year, these teams have made the most of their offensive rebounds. The Trailblazers 3rd.
One of the better rebounding teams in the league, especially on the offensive end. They never take that for granted in terms of whether the shot's going in.
Now Rondo. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Pass to Smith. Fires from 18. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got his 5th assist in this one. The Hawks trail by 12. Outside Hardaway. There's a screen by Cantor. Hardaway kicks to Randolph. And the layup's good off the glass. Randolph's got 7 points.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Now here's Rondo. The shot's good by Chamberlain.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Feeds to Cantor. Hardaway kicks to Mullen. To the middle. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Chamberlain. Redick against Carter. Redick passes to McGinnis. The fader. Pass to Rondo. Smith outside. Goes up again. And that one comes up a bit short. The Hawks trail by 12. Hardaway kicks to Cantor. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Carter against Smith. Carter with the bucket. Carter's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Boy, after having a tough time in the first, he's managed to turn it around nicely this quarter.
McGinnis, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
You look back last year, and the Hawks were incredible at home last season. Not a bad way to help unveil that beautiful statue of Dominique Wilkins in front of the stadium.
Yeah, I mean, and so much went right for the Hawks. And adding that statue of Neek was the cherry on top. Very classy move from that organization.
We get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Let's take a look at Dallas, earning the 1st place position with a terrific record. And we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far, and they're definitely the team to beat. And, of course, the Portland Trail Blazers, right now quite a ways down below.
Yeah, and when you look at Portland, they've basically lived up to the expectations so far this season, and that's not really good news for their fan base because those expectations only had them on the brink of the playoffs.
Yeah, which is exactly where they are right now. It's not too late for them to make that kind of emphatic late push that turns a season from average to excellent, though. And, you know, for the Hawks last season, they ended with a 35-6 record at home, and that was the best in the East and the 2nd best in the NBA.
Here's McGinnis. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Hill kicks to Mullen. He feeds it to Olynyk. Shot clock at 5. Hill, no good.
And for the Hawks, it was a good year to get the city. No, take that. It was a great year to get the city talking about basketball again. Atlanta hasn't always rallied behind this team, but boy, did they show up more than usual last season.
Portland may have missed a few free throws up to this point, shooting 4 of 7 from the foul line tonight.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
You know, I know that's an aspect they've been trying to address as a team. I mean, they've got to get those free throw numbers up and improve.
McGinnis hits them both.
The Hawks were fantastic last season. After the All-Star break, they did slip up a bit, struggled against teams over 500.
Here's Rondo. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
They lost the last 3 games of the regular season, Clark, and really just limped into the playoffs. Some of it might have just been fatigue.
Yeah, it could have been, and their play at the end of the season did leak into the playoffs, Kevin. I mean, you could see very quickly that they weren't the same team that looked so dominant during the regular season.
Here's Hardaway, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on Rajon Rondo.
Hitting your free throws is a good way to get back into it. It stops the clock and extends the game. I mean, you want to take advantage of that situation. And they're shooting much better from the line here in the second quarter. So far, they haven't missed one.
Seems every season, Clark, you hear the same thing. Portland Trail Blazers had to deal with some tough injuries.
Kevin, it appears as though it might actually be a curse. I don't like to use that word, but the history of this team and injuries is as unique as any in the league. Last year, no different.
Amir Johnson's checked in for McGinnis. Hardaway hits them both.
And with the Blazers and injuries, even when they fought through pain, guys weren't at 100%. Aldridge wasn't quite the same with his hand injury.
That's good. And that's now 6 points for Paul Pierce.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
Now here's Mullen. It's rebounded by Rondo.
And losing Matthews for the season was huge too, guys. I mean, every team goes through injury woes and bumps during the course of a season, but the Blazers just seem to be, at least in the last half dozen years or so, hit very hard every year.
The shot by Pierce will not go.
Well, it seems like they're getting a little fat and sassy here, complacent in the second quarter.
Yeah, we've seen their free throw attempts stagnate, not getting much going on inside. They can't get too comfortable.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
Outside Hardaway. The kick out to Hill. There's the triple. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Hill's got 5 now.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Johnson with a screen on Mullen. Pierce dishes to Johnson. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. And the Trailblazers lead by 15. Hawks have gone 7-16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. Hill sets the screen for Randolph. Rondo against Hardaway. Takes the 13-footer. That's good. 12 points for him.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Shooter passes to Pierce. Johnson with a screen on Mullen. It's Pierce with the drive. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Left side Mullen. 3 seconds left. In Atlanta again with the bucket. That'll do it for the first half. Portland out in front. They lead by 13. 2K Sports back in a moment here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They have a 13-point lead. Shaq, give me your take.
They did an awesome-horrific job. That's right, Ernie. Awesome-horrific. That's awesome and terrific together. Anyway, they did an awesome-horrific job of limiting turnovers. They were almost mistake-free. They put you in the right frame of mind when you can play like that. And as long as they keep protecting the ball in the next 2 quarters, they will protect the lead.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on Atlanta.
Well, obviously, they didn't show up on the glass at all. They were getting outworked, out-hustled, and outplayed. And their competition showed just the opposite. They wanted it more. You can't give up a ton of extra possessions and expect to win.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And now, your Atlanta Hawks cheerleaders.
And we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. And we're ready to get going once more. The players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. We've got McGinnis. Rajon Rondo is out there with Smith. Then it's Pierce. And it's Chamberlain in at center. Hardaway against Rondo. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Randolph, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
The Hawks trail by 11. Outside Hardaway. Kicks it to Carter. Cantor with a screen on Smith. Smith against Carter. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Portland leading by 11. Outside Rondo. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
That's his first personal foul.
The Trailblazers have gone 6 of 9 at the line.
Taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. No good on the second free throw. Some solid numbers once again for Zach Randolph with Memphis last year. He just keeps plugging away, grinding out, no pun intended, chugging along and producing.
Yeah, 16 points, about 10.5 rebounds for Z-Bo. I mean, he's a classic power forward and always gives you the numbers, even though he still plays under the rim.
Smith kicks to Pierce. Looking to end his cold spell, and it's good on the way in. Pierce has got 8 points.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Hardaway dishes to Carter. And there's the feed to Randolph. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. That doesn't go either for Carter.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Paul Pierce again. 10 points for him.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular. And now a moment to see the stats for Paul Pierce. He showed up every night and some noteworthy performances over the last month, averaging about 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. With him, you get so much, but his ability to lead the way with his scoring, probably his best attribute.
An offensive powerhouse. He can just beat you in so many ways. Got to give it up for him. Much love.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
One shot.
The Hawks have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Hardaway passes to Randolph, and that one's good. Randolph's got 11.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Trailblazers timeout. Okay, Atlanta, let's keep it going for your very own Atlanta Hawks cheerleaders.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, guys, Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team. He was intent on running the offense through Randolph. Coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here on out. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you very much.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
That drive by Carter. He goes up again, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
So far in the game for Randolph, he has 11 points, and he's getting it done on the glass, too.
You're right, Clark. He's done some real nice work on the inside. Zach Randolph getting up there in his mid-30s, but his game has never been based on explosiveness. So it's all about strength, skill, and craft when you talk about Zebo, and he's aging gracefully.
And Randolph Clark can struggle in matchups against quicker power forwards of those spread fours.
Yeah, but even though he struggles on the perimeter against those guys, he punishes them when he gets them inside in his operating area at the offensive end. Most big men have a hard time dealing with him in the paint.
Very good point. And Zach Randolph drops them both. Portland leading by 11. Outside Rondo. Here's McGinnis. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Maurice Harkless is checked in for Atlanta. The Portland, they have converted 7 of 11 free throw attempts up to this point in the game. That's good for McGinnis. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Outside Hardaway. Carter outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. The shot misses.
Some of the shots he's taken have been real head scratchers. I mean, come on. He's out there playing like it's a game of horse at the park.
Smith kicks to Chamberlain. Portland again missing.
You know what? Just a little fancy on that possession there. Just go up in rhythm.
The pass to Booker from past the arc. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Atlanta.
And in a conference game here, just a 2-game season series.
Yeah, you know, you want to make every game count. Take care of business and give yourself a chance to sweep.
Now here's Pierce. 10 points for him. Fires from the wing. That's good. Pierce has got 12 in the game.
Unbelievable. This guy is completely in a zone.
And he knows it. You can see it. The body language, the confidence. Real swagger out there for him.
And good on the basket. Look it.
What handles? He broke the D down to the ground with that move.
Portland leading by 14. Rondo dishes to Smith. Passes it to Pierce. To the paint. Here's McGinnis. Gets that one through the hole. Make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now here's Harkless. Carter outside, and it's going to be a 3-second call. While we can, let's get a quick check of our 2K leaderboard for a glimpse at one of the NBA's most elite groups. The top 3-point shooting wingman in the league. Paul Pierce is second.
I mean, you've got a dilemma when it comes to any of the guys on that list. Stay up tight on them on the perimeter, and you risk them blowing by you. But if you back off, you might get your feelings hurt.
Well, I think you've got to take the first approach, Greg. You got to get up into them. You can't give these guys any space to shoot the 3.
And McGinnis throws it down.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Now here is Hardaway. He's got 14. Back to Kanter. He dishes it to Booker. Carter against Smith. And it's Carter missing. Portland did a lot of things right last year in their 51-win season. The one constant for them was how they, Greg, played defense.
You know, Kevin, they were good all season long in terms of staying focused on that side of the ball. Really made sure to challenge every shot. And with their length and reach, they should be a factor defensively.
Yeah, you know, as you said, Portland challenged every shot last season. They were a top 10 team in limiting opponents' shooting percentage. They were also best in the league in limiting three-pointers.
There are a lot of different approaches on defense. Portland challenged shots and didn't make risky plays. They were last in turnovers forced last year, but overall, they had a strong defense.
Olynyk, he's checked in for Atlanta. Barea comes in for Hardaway. J.J. Redick's checked in for Portland. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Rajon Rondo.
And guys, in a draft with so many talented big men and lead guards, Booker was a bit of a hot commodity. One of the purest sharpshooters in the draft, has a lightning quick release on his jump shot.
Now here's Schroeder. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Fast break, the Hawks. Carter leading the charge. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
And with Booker, you know, who is a Kentucky guy, he's a sharpshooter, Greg. You were talking about that. His dad actually played at the University of Missouri. He was a pretty good shooter. Clark, this Booker has a pretty good frame to work with, and I think that's going to serve him well in the NBA.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like his size. I like his stroke. I like his toughness. I think he's going to be better defensively than people think. He's got a lot of good stuff in his game already.
Amir Johnson's checked in for Portland. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
And the thing with Kelly Olynyk, he does some stuff that really helps you, and some also that will hurt. I mean, he's highly skilled. He's got the deep range, textbook positioning in terms of the post. A lot of tricky moves down there. Yet he has a hard time being effective against great athletes, which the NBA is filled with. So he's going to have to evolve as a basketball player if he wants to be effective.
Now here's Barea. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Amir Johnson.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Dishes to Booker. He kicks it to Olynyk. 6 on the shot clock. And now Portland on the break. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Check out the game for Smith. He has 9 points and 1 steal.
And we really just need to take a second to appreciate the all-around effort he's put out there today.
Well, the numbers paint the picture, and he has been what we call in my vernacular, you know where I'm going here, guys, stat sheet stuffer.
Good.
Supreme.
Oh, Supreme. So that takes it to a whole nother level when you get Supreme in terms of your stat sheet.
And Kellogg-Ease, right? And
yes.
Kellogg-Ease. Both good from the line that time. Rolling back to Kelly Olynyk. As a coach, you have to identify the matchups where he can be effective because Clark is against explosive long limb guys. They'll take advantage of him.
Yeah, they will, but in the right matchup, he's effective. He can help. He makes 35% of his threes, has done that for the last 2 years, and I think he gives you some toughness and rebounding as well. I like him as a second unit player.
Portland leading by 15. Smith outside. Now the dish to Schroeder. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Johnson sets the screen for Redick. Just 3 to shoot. Portland no good that time either. Atlanta's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. A nice shot by Booker. Booker's got 4 this quarter.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Now here's Redick. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That's on Enes Kanter.
This is a positive trend for him, especially here in the second half. Shooting just above 80% right now. And that's more than respectable. That's good free throw shooting.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Portland.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Yeah, but don't forget about their points in the paint, because those have been big.
So he comes up empty, missing both. The Hawks trail by 13. Perea with it. Pass to Kanter from 12 feet out. And the shot falls short this time. The Trailblazers have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Johnson with it. Kanter covering. Now here's Schroeder. He's guarded closely. It's Redick on the wing, defended by Booker. Redick with the bucket.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
Atlanta's shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Carter dishes it to Kanter. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. This is his first free throw of the game.
And at 78%, he's been a consistent shooter at the line for them all season long.
2 shots.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first one falls. The Hawks making a switch here. Mullins is checked in. And he can't hit the second.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
That one a little long. Portland leading by 14. Smith kicks it over to Schroeder. Rebound by Olynyk.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
And that's what you want to see. Good fundamental sound basketball with the bounce pass.
The Trailblazers have gone 7 for 16 in the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. Smith against Mullen. Now here is Smith. Tight defense on him. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
Atlanta making some changes. Randolph comes in for Enes Kanter. And it's Hill in for Carter. Free throw good, Smith. The Hawks trail by 15. Outside Hill. Randolph sets a screen for Hill. Feeds it to Randolph. Shoots from the line. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Trailblazers shooting 47% from the field in the third. Johnson the screen. Schroeder passes to Johnson. Good. Johnson's got 6.
You don't need much range to hit from that distance, Kevin.
Atlanta's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. There's the screen. Outside Hill. Olynyk sets a screen for Hill. Redick with the rebound. Redick's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Marjanovic. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then fouls it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback.
Got a pigeon on that one. Easy money right there, fellas. Going old school on you young fellas. Look that up, pigeon.
And those are 2 teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Teams in the penalty.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Boban Marjanovic at the line for 2.
And the first one goes. Both good from the line that time. The Hawks trail by 19. Here's Barea. Randolph a screen. Barea dishes to Mullen. No good off the back of the rim.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show.
The 10-gallon cracks, the hood cowboys with the 10-gallon racks, racking ACG boots, baseball cap.
Trailblazers leading by 19 points. Hill is out there with Hardaway. Then it's Zach Randolph. Then it's Kelly Olynyk. And it's Mullen in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
Whoa. That'll wake you up. My goodness.
Is he an athlete or what?
No doubt about it. It's almost as if he lives in the air, and dunks like that have become quite commonplace.
Here's Olynyk. Portland making their last shot. Can't capitalize on the good screen.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
The shot's good from McGinnis.
And sometimes you just can't get around your defender there. You got to hit him with that high top fade.
Hill kicks to Randolph. It's back to Hill. McGinnis against Randolph. And here is Hill. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Olynyk. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
You know, something that's floating around in the sports world and in the NBA is reseeding after the playoffs start. And for those of you who may not understand the situation, it's simply saying that no matter what seed would play the lower seeded team, however you get to those numbers.
And with that whole concept of playoff reseeding, so often we'll see a 2nd or 3rd seed team get a 6th or 7th seed team in the second round. Meanwhile, Greg, the top seed plays the 4th seed no matter what.
You know, I think in a few cases it would have made a major difference in how the playoffs would have played out. And quite frankly, I think it also puts more value on the regular season if that number 1 seed could play a 7th seed, if you will, in the second round. So I think that's something that the commissioner and the competition committee might want to reassess.
A few possessions into the 4th quarter, just over a minute played. Rondo kicks it over to Schroeder. McGinnis against Randolph. McGinnis the pass to Rondo. Here's Schroeder. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
He's had an off game thus far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here.
Outside Hardaway. Pass to Mullen. Shot off the pick. And it's good, assisting on the play with Hardaway. Hardaway has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Right side, Pierce. He feeds it to Schroeder. Chamberlain a screen. Now here's Schroeder. 6 to shoot. Kicks to Pierce.
Well, we all know how loud NBA arenas can get. I mean, last season there were some accusations thrown around that it wasn't all organic. I mean, some players felt as if some of the NBA crowd noise was artificial.
That's his 2nd personal foul.
Pierce has it going on tonight. 12 points and 5 assists. That kind of mix of assists and rebounds is what wins you basketball games.
Clark, it's a rarity when you've got a guy that could just do it as well as he does on both ends.
Cantor checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Pierce hits 2. Here's Hardaway. There's a screen by Cantor. In the corner, Randolph with it. Lots of room. Second shot opportunity, and Cantor with the lay-in. Good.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Now here's Schroeder. Four on the shot clock. Portland needs to get off a shot. Here's McGinnis. Hands it from downtown. McGinnis has got 12 points here in the second half.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Now here's Hardaway. He's guarded by Schroeder. And now running up the court, Pierce pushing it up. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
That's his 3rd personal foul.
And guys, more and more, we're seeing the league try to protect the health of the players. I mean, you see the evidence on the court. Over the last 5 years, the league has cut down the number of cameramen along the baselines in half, giving these great athletes a little more runway to land safely.
And speaking of more space for the players, there's even been talk of widening the court. What do you think of that, Clark?
Players have gotten bigger and more athletic, so I wouldn't be opposed to maybe widening the lane a bit. I know the owners with those front row seats raking in that cash might not want to expand the court.
And so it's Atlanta with it. Hardaway dishes to Mullen. Randolph kicks to Booker. The feed to Mullen. The pass to Hardaway. 6 on the shot clock. And stolen by Chamberlain. Outside Rondo. It's tipped. It's stolen by Mullen. Booker in the corner. Outside Hardaway. Here's Cantor. And it's Portland with the rebound. Guinness has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pierce the pass to Rondo. Back to Pierce. Outside for Rondo. Clock at 6. Chamberlain with a screen on Cantor. Here's Rondo. Shot is off. Excellent D from Cantor. For Atlanta, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. And yes, sir, that one drops. Cantor's got 4 points this quarter.
And with that height advantage right there, he had a good, clear look at the basket.
They set the pick. The drive by Smith. Excellent D from Cantor. For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. Passes it to Mullen. He dishes it to Randolph. From 8. The shot is off. And the Trailblazers going the other way. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. And that's the final game of this 5-game road run for the team. And the Hawks with possession here. Outside Hardaway. There's a screen by Cantor. Pulls up on the wing. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Chamberlain got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Rebounded by the Hawks. Now Hardaway. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket. A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Portland leading by 22. Chamberlain a screen. Rondo kicks to Pierce. Got a piece of it. Hardaway with it.
Well, the game's getting bigger, going international. But at least in the U.S., it really seems the game is going indoors. Back in the day, the legends of the game still played on the blacktop. That's becoming a thing of the past.
Now, here is Smith following the miss by Chris Mullen. It's rebounded by Randolph. Randolph's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Hardaway dishes to Mullen. Randolph kicks to Booker. Pass to Hardaway. 7-foot shot. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Rondo kicks to Chamberlain. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. He has a scorching 86%.
Excellent work offensively to get that shot attempt into a can't-miss area.
Outside Hardaway. There's a screen. There's a screen by Cantor. Randolph, a screen on Smith. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Cantor. It's hauled in by McGinnis. Trailblazers leading by 22. Pierce attacking. Chamberlain with a screen on Hardaway. Pierce kicks to Chamberlain. Inside, McGinnis. Yes, and a nice assist from Chamberlain. McGinnis has got 26.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Randolph passes to Mullen. Dishes it to Cantor. Mullen against Pierce. Puts one up from 19. Mullen's shot is off.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Chamberlain with a screen on Mullen. Pass to McGinnis. And again, it's Portland converting. The Hawks shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. The dish to Booker. Shot is no good, and it's Portland the other way. Outside Rondo, left side Pierce.
And in the past, the NBA had the All-Star break for just an extended weekend. Last year, they gave the players a full week off. It seemed to be received positively by everyone.
Now here is Mullen following the miss by Paul Pierce. The All-Star break in 2015 was just a bit over a week. Those extra days, Clark, for most players, really rested some guys up.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think it was a nice move. You play those 82 games, you need more than just a few days break during the middle part of the season. So I like that move a lot.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
Check this game out for Mullen. 15 points, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
And you can't undervalue the importance of that. Many times a game comes down to which team wins the free throw battle.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Kelly Olynyk checked in for Enes Kanter. Reese Harkless comes in for Zach Randolph. J.J. Barea checked in for Booker. And George Hills subbed in for Hardaway. Here is Livingston. Here's Redick. And that one off the back of the rim and in. The Hawk shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. And here's Barea.
And one priority for the commissioner this year was how the schedule worked. There were complaints about too many back-to-back games, and it was something everybody wanted to improve upon.
Portland in total control. Anderson outside. 153. 16 feet away. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got his 3rd rebound on the night. And it's Hill penetrating. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
Terrific effort on that shot. I mean, he's given up a lot of inches in that mismatch.
Well, height, who cares about height? I mean, it's just a number. Hey, you got to go with what you got. And he took what he had right at him there.
Now here's Anderson. Over in the corner, Livingston. Shot clock at 6. Johnson dishes to Livingston. Here's Marjanovic. Olynyk is covering, and the shot is good.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Trailblazers.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. So I think the next game will be hotly contested.
Here is Livingston. Johnson left side. Johnson sends the screen for Redick. Back to Johnson. The 15-footer. Shot is off. So Atlanta will take it the other way. Here's Booker. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
And really, if this had come just a little earlier, they may have been able to get back into the game.
Yeah, I agree with you. They needed this a lot sooner than they got it.
And here are the Trailblazers now. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Livingston kicks to Johnson. Harkless with the steal. And now Barea running the floor all by himself. And he gets it to go.
And they definitely have the edge in those fast break points.
Greg, they sure have. I mean, maybe it hasn't helped put them in front, but they're clearly better off playing up-tempo basketball.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, thank you, and now we get a chance to check out our Jordan Player of the Game. He had a double-double and made a huge difference tonight. He never let up, and his performance really inspired the rest of his team.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
Well, this win was really, really needed, and he went out and he got it for him. They lost 2 in a row coming in, and dropping a third straight would have been very, very rough. But he took it upon himself, took it right to the ship as he always does. Great performance and a great time to deliver.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.